So, Chris, congratulations on Oppenheimer. You want to do the Odyssey next, is that right?
Yes, I have a specific budget that I want you to look into.
Oh, nice. Okay, what budget are we talking?
250 million.
200.
Yes, you see, I want a Cyclops. I want a ship.
It's coffee, Mr. Nolan.
Oh, thank you. Who made this coffee?
Special effects team.
The special effects team. That's, who do you think you are? I am Sir Christopher Nolan. I don't do CGI. I build stuff. Practical effects. IMAX.
Chris. Let's talk actors. Really. Okay. Who you got in mind for singing?
I want.
So I was thinking Glenn Powell, Austin Butler. You know, there's. You'd say Elliot Page.
Lupita Nyong'o as Helen.
Because I was thinking Florence Pugh. You know, you've worked with her recently. Scott Johansson. Did you say Lupita Nyong'o?
Ship being built. I want to put you on the Atlantic Ocean. I want to feel the water. I want just to feel what it's like being on a ship.
Yeah, Chris, I mean, that sounds good. I mean, I don't know about the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, we could get him on the same stage, maybe, or...
Now listen here, you little insignificant little swine. I did not win the Academy Award for Best Director and Best Motion Picture of 2023, actually recreating the atomic bomb, only to be told that I cannot build a freaking ship made out of wood. Now go and build me a ship on the Atlantic Ocean and get me a Cyclops.
So now you're telling me you want a Cyclops? I think we can get the visual effects team on it, Chris?
No visual effects.
I'll make some calls.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the projection room. I'm Gaz.
I'm Jack.
And welcome to our Odyssey review / Nolan special thing. Whatever we decided what we want to call it. I hope you enjoyed the skit to start with. Now, a quick brief on that. That took a lot longer than what we originally anticipated.
Yeah.
Partially due to me, because I could not stop laughing. And so I don't know if you plan on putting the outtakes.
Yeah, put the bleeps on it at the end.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really funny. It was just that little way of having some fun on this channel, because we've decided to make a couple of changes, haven't we? Not that it's really important to anybody apart from us. We're just we're not going to put podcast at the start of our channel's name. It's just a place for us where we're brothers and we like to project a lot of things. So this is just our little space room, if you want to call it, where we can just talk anything we fancy, really. So we're just sort of changing our format. We don't want to be put into a niche, did we? Like in this corner of just film and TV. It gives us a chance to maybe expand on video games, music, or whatever really takes our interest in, really. Yeah. So a slight tangent there, but yeah. So this is our second viewing of the Odyssey, because our first viewing we then came back and recorded, and then we had a little bit of an audio issue, which is a very reoccurring theme on this channel.
Yeah, that's my fault, because I brought some these clip-on mics and I thought it'd be a good idea to test it out right next to each other, and every time I was talking it was terrible. It was unedited double.
It sounded like we were falling into a wormhole.
Oh yeah, it sounded underwater.
So Jack caved in and he bought himself one of these mics.
Yep. Hopefully sounds better. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know what, for value for money, for a podcast on a budget, we're not really a podcast anymore, a YouTube channel on a budget, I think these things are absolutely worth the weight in gold. So yeah. So
why don't you have a colour?
I turned mine off. I just don't want the colour. I'm beige and boring, so I'm just going to stick to that.
Fair enough.
So anyway,
yes.
Yeah, so Nolan, we got a Nolan review. It's not a Nolan review. It's the Odyssey review.
Yes.
As I just said, we saw we've just come back from City World over in Birmingham, and for the second viewing of the Odyssey, a lot better than the first one, because we sat right into the top right-hand corner, and this one, for the second viewing, we got more central seats. 7:30 in the morning showing, by the way. And we were genuinely surprised with how packed it was.
Shoulder to shoulder. I had someone next to me.
Yeah, I had someone next to me. It was full. I couldn't believe it. At 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. So fair play to everyone who decided to get out of bed and go and check it out. So yeah, so like I said, it's our second viewing. So I think our experience was a lot better this time because I think in our own audio corrupted review, we did speak about how in the film we thought it was too loud or there was some bit of audio issues. But after second viewing, we can say that it was actually just where we sat.
Yeah, I think
it was a lot better where we were centrally. So going forward, I think if we do go to IMAX screenings, we are going to make sure we're going to get central seats. So before we jump in, I'm going to hand over Jack a box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
If anyone, you know what, I'm going to let you open first before I carry on. So
yeah, because I've totally forgot about this. So this could be a severed head for 1 hour. Oh yeah, of course. I don't answer. I totally forgot about this.
Yeah, you forgot about it. Have a look at yourself, then just show it to your camera.
Evil Ash from the Evil Dead quiz.
Yeah. So if anyone watched Evil Dead special, I did a little quiz for Jack at the end, where he won Evil Ash, a pop vinyl I found. So this is confirmation that I wasn't just going on my word. You can
you move Pennywise.
you want to move Pennywise for a minute. Will you get it even in frame? Yeah, if not, you can stick it there for me if you want. Well, you decided. Yeah. I'm going to keep Pennywise. Hey, that's an idea. I just duct tape and just. No, actually, it hides my mug. Actually, there's not much difference between Pennywise's fodder and my fodder, to be honest with you.
I can't say anything.
So, family genes. So, anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. So, I'm glad you like it. It actually looks really cool.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I've got to get the other one now. There's only that one and Ash.
From the Evil Army of Darkness.
Have to get that one.
Oh, that's wicked. No, I'm glad you like it anyway. So on to how this episode's actually going to work, because I think we just rambled for the first 5 minutes. But the structure of this episode is going to be the Odyssey review, second viewing review, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We're then going to do a ranking of Nolan films.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to a spoiler review for the Odyssey, because there are some things we really want to talk about, especially seeing it twice. And was there anything else?
Quiz.
Oh, yes. Jack planned a quiz for me. Yeah. A bit like what I did for him for the Evil Dead. He's done this one for a bit of Nolan. So, stick around for that. So, I'm going to bring up my notes because I am awful at remembering things off the cuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to bring up some points. So, has our scores changed at all for our second viewing?
Yeah, I was just about to say, from the last recording that we did, which was unaired, I wasn't let down. I think I gave it a solid score of 7, which I thought at the time was reasonable. Still I had the flaws that I had was, without obviously delving into spoilers, I thought the story was a bit all over the place, and some of the characters, like Robert Pattinson's character, I found at first viewing, he was a bit dull, but then and I wanted more of the underworld stuff, which, I mean, that's not really a negative. That's more of a credit to Nolan, to be honest, isn't it? Really, more of the thing that he's displaying. But yeah, and the second viewing, it's never good to have issues, but I'm so glad it's in a way, because we managed to see it again, and it's fresh in my head, and my opinion has changed. It's not perfect. It's not the best Nolan film ever, but I think I thoroughly enjoyed it this time around. And the issues I had on the first watch, I didn't really have a problem with it. I think not mainly because I'm half deaf anyway, but I know I struggled to hear it at first, like some parts, especially like in certain scenes. Again, we'll get into it. It's just me, because I don't know, I'm a bit, well, I am simple, but it takes, me, it takes a lot for me to intake information, and I really have to concentrate, obviously. And obviously with the Nolan film, it is heavy, it's dialogue heavy, this film. It starts off and you're getting information, aren't you? Yeah. Which some can see as negative, but which I didn't really have a massive problem. I did on the first, but I think on the second time, I didn't see it as a big of a problem. But I think on my first watch, it was a bit like overwhelmed. Loads of.
So to jump on that, I 100% agree and get what you're saying, because the first 20-25 minutes, I mean, not spoiling it, it is very dialogue heavy. Yeah. It's setting up the story, and in typical Nolan fashion, he does his things in non-linear. It's not from the very start, and you see the progression throughout. Yeah. You are literally picking up bits of the story bit by bit, and then sort of the end it accumulates all together.
Yeah, I could separate like his timeline from it being in the past to the present, and like the switch ups. I didn't have a problem with that. I think it was mainly just it starts off, and then, like I say, it was whack, like info. But,
yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, and the second time, I mean, it's always going to help, isn't it, watching it more? But yeah, definitely on the second watch, it was more easy to watch.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I agree. I think one of my favorite. I think what I realized on my second viewing was just how much I loved everyone's performances in the film. I think everyone, regardless if they're in it for a few minutes or they're obviously majority of the screen time, like I said, I think Matt Damon. I wouldn't say this is Matt Damon's best performance. I think there are easily a few more I could pick on the top of my head, but I think he was fantastic. I think my standouts were after a second viewing, I definitely think Anne Hathaway is my supporting actress Oscar contender. I think for the scene she freaking brings it. We'll talk a bit more in spoilers, but and Tom Holland was excellent. I thought this is by far his best performance because, unfortunately or unfortunately for him, we only know him really as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I know he plays Drake in the Uncharted, but I haven't seen that. And I know you've seen the film with Impossible when he's a child in
No,
that.
I don't
We
watch
haven't
that
seen
one.
that. That's the tsunami film,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So he's
There's one before with Patterson, wasn't he? That did you watch that one?
oh yes, I did. Devil All the Time. Yeah, he was good in that, but I wouldn't say it's his best performance. But this one, I definitely think it's probably because of the fact he's in a Nolan film. So obviously, I think every actor's going to bring their A game. I did love Ron Pattinson a bit more in the second viewing, and I know that's sort of a subject we'll get into more in spoilers. Again, trying to not thinking of non spoilers and just get our thoughts on it. I think production. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. One of my complaints was the
Costume designs, I think,
yeah.
from the trailer, you saying that you didn't like the look of it.
No, I didn't. I think he was in. Maybe I was one of those bit snobs where I think, oh, if you're
Period
going to do a
based.
Greek period like basis, like you say, I maybe wanted a bit more authentic
Yeah,
costumes. But on second viewing, no issues.
yeah. I think they all look badass. So all the like across the board, everybody looked good. I was like,
Agamemnon, he was the most badass
yeah,
looking one.
Agamemnon, Agamemnon,
It's an awful name to pronounce. Let's be honest.
Agamemnon. Yeah, yeah. He looks badass, and John Berthel's like outfit as well.
Yeah.
What's his name in that? It's just John Berthel, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just jump.
but
We're awful. The thing is, though, with us, I mean, if you watch this up on now, like obviously, probably not. But I'm awful with character names. But I'm really good with actors. So,
yeah, same. Yeah.
yeah, John Berthel's
And it doesn't
character.
help that they're like Greek names and like methodical names. Like
Yeah,
John Berthel's character and Agamemnon,
yeah.
Manon, whatever. His outfit looks amazing, but again, more on his character, I think, in the spoilers. But yeah, one of the questions I had to you last time, being filmed specifically in IMAX,
Mm.
and maybe Nolan's filmography now being more of a spectacle than a story. And like last time, I was leaning towards more the spectacle. But to be fair, I think he blends both quite well. And like I say, nobody's a loser really, because I mean, IMAX and the cinema wins, and
Yeah.
I mean, Nolan's now like cementing himself in like legend really. Because I mean, he's going to sorry, when the next film he announces, you just know
People
like
are going to go and
it's going to
see.
make a
Yeah.
billion now probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I think that's a testament to him, though, because look, I mean, you can see the filmography behind us. I mean, I haven't got every Blu-ray of shoot me, but Oppenheimer, Inception, Interstellar, The Dark Knight, Tenants, which I love. I know a lot of people don't particularly like that one, but I think Memento. The guy knows how to bring audiences in, but yet make a really solid story to get people in the cinema. Try and name someone who can manage to make a film about the guy who created the
Yeah.
atomic. Sorry, I couldn't get words out. Who tried to create the atomic bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah, the atomic bomb, and yet make a 3-hour biopic on that, and yet how much money it made.
I made this point again. I'm saying this, but the last time I made this point last week, I can't remember exactly my point because it's because you're laughing.
I can't remember you. I'm sorry.
Now, it's
With biopics,
basically a biopic. So, like this one, I mean, it made money and then some, didn't it? And
Yeah.
you got audiences.
967 million. That
Yeah.
made.
It was like a worldwide phenomenon, and it was out with Barbie. We don't talk about that.
Yeah,
But I mean, and then like Lincoln with Spielberg. I mean, recently Michael.
yeah, Michael.
Vikings.
I haven't seen Michael yet. I need to. I do
Yeah.
need to watch it.
So like I mean, those it's like Michael. I mean, Lincoln. Yeah, was one of the first American presidents.
Mhm.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Rocket
Awful.
Man. Yeah, biopics aren't. I don't. Well, unless Elvis as well. Although that one's a bit more glamorous, But unless it's somebody well known like those people, like Elvis and Michael Jackson, whatever, But this one, it's got to be surely. I mean, on top of my head, it's got to be the most profitable biopic ever.
It has to be, yeah.
This is about like Oppenheimer. You know what I mean? It's like I know people knew about him, and it's an interesting subject. But I mean, like, that's credit to him for doing that. But I mean, more specifically about like Odyssey. Yeah, I think he's managed to. Sorry, I was going to say blend the spectacle and the story together like really well. But my original point, IMAX. Filming
Yeah.
specifically in IMAX. I
Yeah.
know it's tricky because I read in America that they've only got 23 or 24 IMAXs.
Cinemas need to invest more in IMAX because if, for example, if Nolan's going to be using IMAX cameras,
I think you will.
yeah, I think he will. Then directors might also pick up on that. Then cinemas, as a business, probably need to spend more to get more people on seats. That's the way. I think that's the way forward, and especially over in England because I know our IMAXs are limited. I know our furthest one's a 45-minute drive away.
Yep.
I know there's one in London, and I don't know where. I know we don't have many around the UK,
Yeah.
so I do think that it's probably circles.
No, you make a good point. But did you notice? So this isn't Odyssey related, but when we went today, there was a film. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a new one that was like seeing something vision.
Oh, it's the Avengers trailer,
Oh.
Infinity Vision.
Infinity Vision.
I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a Marvel thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But to try and finish your point, if I can actually talk and speak English, yeah, I think cinemas, if they really want to utilize people, people coming to the cinema, getting bums on seats, buying the popcorn, buying the merch, whatever, then IMAX might be the way forward because it is the best experience. I mean, we've seen Odyssey twice now at IMAX. It is phenomenal, and I could not afford. I want to go and see it again. It's ridiculous, but I don't want to drive nearly 45, 50 minutes to my local, but I don't want to go to a standard screening because I think that's not how the Odyssey should be seen. And I think you mentioned spectacles like being Nolan. I don't want to see a spectacle on a standard screen and I want to go to the IMAX. So maybe that's something for IMAX and cinemas to maybe look at doing, maybe put one in every cinema.
I think so, yeah.
And they probably think, oh, a lot of money going into that, and maybe a lot of people might not go. But I think it's a fantastic opportunity because people will come out and go and see it if they see it on the best way a film should be seen.
Especially today after 7:30 in the morning, people are going to be seeing it that freaking time.
7:30 in the morning, and people neither.
I thought it was a typo. I thought they ballsy up.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sure I did. Yeah, I didn't think cinema was open that early, and I wanted to go that early because I didn't want it to be quiet, but I wanted to be quieter because we saw it last week and it was packed, wasn't it? But I'm glad it was busy.
So
yeah,
I was happy.
And sorry, don't you notice the audience aren't as dickheadish?
Yeah, true.
In IMAX because everybody wants to go and
they want to experience it.
Yeah.
Because yes, the film was loud. I know we said earlier, and we have a tendency to repeat ourselves. Yes, we was in the top right-hand corner, and we had audio issues. But being more central, yes, it was still loud, but the vibrations and that, and you actually felt very immersed in it. And when you get the perfect seat, man, you don't have to move. I didn't feel moving my head at all because everything was just there. It was just glorious to watch, especially when they're on the ship. The sequences with that. There was a few moments which we'll get more into spoilers, but yeah, there was just this. It's just one of those films where you just have to see it in IMAX. Like I say, I want to go again, but don't want to travel, 50 minutes away to go nearly 20 miles to go and rewatch it. I don't know.
Look there, like you mentioned, I think it'll be open till this will be running till September. Easily.
Yeah, because that was the other thing. Sorry,
you've already last week.
That was the other thing. The fact that. And this is an American stats, not specifically an English stat. I know that IMAXs have sold out of tickets up to the end of September. So the Odyssey, very happily confident. I can confidently say quite happily that it will cross the 1 billion mark, which will be fantastic. If you're wondering that, and hopefully Jack's edited by that last segment took so much longer than what we thought. We just had the giggles.
Knobheads, man.
We are knobheads, honestly. We are knobheads.
Nothing.
So one of the main highlights of the film for me is the score. And the use of word here, I'm really struggling to talk. The word I've used here is transcendent.
Transcendent.
Because every time it starts, especially the last, no spoilers, last 45 minutes, my God, the score is phenomenal.
I like the score, but I mean, this isn't, going off your point, I like the score, but I don't think it's his best. To be honest with you, I think they've done better in his films. This one didn't stand out as much to me, but it's still good. I'll give it its due. Like it's still very good to listen to.
So after After seeing the Odyssey, I've seen Oppenheimer twice. I've seen the Odyssey twice. Now I prefer the Odyssey score.
I say I prefer Oppenheimer.
That's fair. That's fine. And I don't think neither of us can really, because they're both phenomenal scores. I know you're probably thinking the "Can You Hear the Music" song from Oppenheimer. And mine was I think it's Troy. I think the name of the song's called. I have got the album on my Apple Music, which is the one I've added
Yeah.
because
Well, you're looking, but Can You Feel the Music? I think it captures everything like Oppenheimer tries to do. It's magic. It starts off like magical, then it goes somber, and then you can like sense the destruction in it.
yeah.
And I think that works really well especially in Oppenheimer. But whereas in this one, it was like I say, it was good. Like it was good.
So the song was Odysseus.
I played that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you did, and the Sirens. I think the Siren soundtrack was excellent.
Okay. Practical effects then, obviously, without delving into massive spoilers. Don't know why I keep saying that. We're not going to spoil it. So practical effects then, big massive tick, massive. So it's a trigger word for you today.
It
Big tick for the Cyclops, the practicality for the Cyclops. Yeah, probably has got a big tick. You know what I mean? But, the
No.
Cyclops looked amazing.
You know what? On second viewing, oh my god, yeah, it was phenomenal. He looked terrifying. The scream.
You know what? I didn't realise, man.
Is that slightly spoilers?
Scream. It's
Yeah,
fucking scream. Yeah, I mean, this is well. I don't know if this is a spoiler now, but I didn't realise how much. He's granted. I'm not going to spoil what happened, but he's fucking assassin in that Cyclops. You know, at the end, and like I say, it's justified. You know what he does at the end? It's almost
Yeah.
like a.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, sounds. I didn't pick that up on the first watch. I don't know why.
No, fair enough. No, it did have a bit of personality, and yeah, on second viewing, it looked incredible. And again, I always ask the question. I remember seeing the first time when I said to you, there were some sequences I thought, how the hell did they do that? And the
Yeah.
Cyclops is, I know it's actually a real person.
Yes, he got in touch with Del Toro's.
Del Toro. It was he's 7 foot. Is he 7 foot something? The chap that they got. I've seen him in a few things. He played, the end of Alien Romulus. The
I'm on the Xenomorph.
No, he
Oh,
played the
yeah,
played
yeah,
the creature at the end. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh yeah, I know you're on about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what about. Yeah, he played that. So, but he was fantastic. I mean, like you say, the Cyclops was incredible.
I think great time spoiler talk.
Yeah, yeah. The practical effects were. Yeah, we got to be careful. We don't want to spoil it, but
That's
I'll just say
amazing.
I'll just say the farm. That's all I'll say for practicality and the fact they made a ship.
Yeah.
Actually, and you saw it at Universal. Yeah, I think and on set locations as well. Every frame felt like it was in a real place. It wasn't like green screen or anything like that. I couldn't be saying could be said for certain. I probably have to watch. On Sky Cinema. There's a behind the scenes 25-minute video like of them filming. So I'll probably watch that later. Yeah, yeah. We can watch after this if you want. Yeah, so we can see more about that. So yeah, the practical effects, costumes, on-set, the locations, it's just all phenomenal. I think whoever scouted them needs a massive recognition. So well, cool. I actually ended it with a question, but there is one more thing I wanted to say. You thought I loved. I think we mentioned it, but I'll just say I personally loved the non-linear story. I think it made the nearly 3 hours go by very quickly. I didn't feel it as much as this time as I did the first.
No, I didn't even see it the first time, to be honest with you.
I just,
No.
I think it's because my mask on. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think it's because it was very tight.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I could see him winning many awards watching it a second time.
Oh, yeah.
I think, like we just mentioned, I think Anne Hathaway, she's my number one for best supporting actress. I don't think I'd say Matt Damon personally. No, I don't think he would win. I can see Nolan being put up for best director because I think whatever he does, I think he'll always. Yeah, definitely want to say screenplay. Yeah, practical effects, cinematography, score.
Oh, I can't think of
I
anything.
heard the guy who plays Agamemnon. He's rumored something's after. Yeah, he's rumored people they're going to put in for him for best supporting actor. He was in it for 5 minutes. Not spoiling it, I don't think, but a lot of people haven't got much screen time as what you actually think. So yeah, there's that. So my final question, I actually put it to you. It says, do you think Nolan has officially cemented himself among the greatest directors?
Yeah, I do. I don't think he even did it for this one. He's probably done it years ago, but I think people are starting to put a bit of credit to his name. Not that he didn't have that before, But I was thinking this on the drive over here. I was thinking like he's definitely a legend in directors in Hollywood, wherever. Like he's up there with the greats. I think like no contest, no argument.
No, yeah, because I thought about it as well. And just my quick 10 pence, I agree. I think Oppenheimer put him definitely on the map. I know a lot of people love Interstellar, including me. I'm not saying I don't, but I think the way he's not needing his storytelling, he always has his themes of time involved in his films. And yeah, some of the things that he has done, like whether it be Dunkirk or Tenet, I know a lot of people, like I say, I love that movie. I know that's a mixed bag for some people, and I think often Oppenheimer cemented it. But I think if he wins, I only think you could say that if he wins Best Director again.
Begin.
Yeah, I can't say at the minute
What's the
for the
competition?
Oscars for next year. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's a lot. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna argue for Corey Barker, who did Obsession.
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't think horror gets enough recognition
yeah.
at the Oscars, so that's why I don't think he would win.
I'll be
Him for Best
Yeah,
Director,
that's me. I don't think he'll win for that.
I think it will probably because of the accolades that Obsession's had this year. With the story behind it, it's incredible. Sorry, but you know what I mean. I personally would think he's one of the best directors of our generation easily. But I think if he won another best director, I don't think there's no competition. I think that's signed, stamped, sealed type of deal.
Yeah. It's strange, like I mentioned in my video, like awards, I don't really think obviously like for directors and actors and that they want the recognition, they want the reward to showcase, their performance on screen, blah blah blah. But me as a viewer, I'm not really bothered about it anymore. Like it's an interesting topic to talk about. But yeah, I mean, like there's loads of great actors and actors who won jack shit and they're still like great. Tom Cruise, for example, Brad Pitt, I don't think he's won an Oscar, has he? I don't think he's won a
I
Oscar.
don't think he's won an Oscar.
I don't think he's won an Oscar now. And like even when like DiCaprio did, he won the Oscar because he was. Yeah, I think they were just like taking the piss out of him. Like he should have won it for Wolf of Wall Street, not for Revenant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely
So
agree with that.
that
Yeah.
would like that award. I think Tom Hardy was the best thing about Revenant. Like
He was, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
But-
what arguably Tom Hardy's best performance.
yeah, but it's just like a tangent. But Nolan's definitely like a Hollywood legend.
Yeah, no. Like I say, it's just a question to put out there because I think what he's done over the last few years with his films, I think in terms of box office as well, the fact that his last two films are nearly grossed, well, but as of recording, I think Odyssey passed $860 something million, and it's only been out for 2 weeks, whereas the Oppenheimer's entire run made 967, I think. Whereas now I think Odyssey's 2 weeks out, 860 odd. It's going to crack a billion. So his last two movies have made 2 billion, nearly 2 billion, should I say? I think it's some feat. So no, definitely, it was just really interesting because some people nowadays, I think, when you get a director who's like nowadays, I mean, it's great that film goers go, yeah, because your favorite actor might be in it, but nowadays a lot of people see to go with the director,
Yeah.
and like now. You say a film by Christopher Nolan, you're going to get bumps on seats regardless.
Yeah.
He could be doing a remake of Babe for all we know, and people will go and see it. It's incredible.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'd say last points, unless you got any more before
that was it.
the rankings we're doing.
Yep.
The like controversy with the casting.
Yeah.
Ironically, I know we took the piss out of it in a skit. It was just for a laugh and a joke. Please don't come on this. But Lupita Nyong'o, she was fine, to be honest. And Elliot Page, he was fine. I think, ironically, the most controversial, not even controversial, but the casting choice I think they got wrong was for Agamemnon. Agamemnon. Yeah. I don't think, again, like suit and armour, he got the look. That's the height. Maybe that's why he was cast. Maybe he's tall. I don't know. Yeah, his voice. It's like pointing at it, like,
yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I'd say I think for the screen time that he had, I did think he was very good. But yeah, I do. Maybe it was for his height and his presence more from him talking.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a major distraction.
not
But
gonna-
I
it doesn't knock it score down or nothing. It was
Yeah,
just,
it wasn't a problem for me, but when you mention it, it's he's definitely it doesn't match the voice, does it? The
Could've
body,
done-
the physical presence doesn't match the voice. Yeah,
yeah. Could have done with what's that guy, the Galactus? I keep forgetting his name.
Ralph Ineson.
Ralph
Yeah.
Ineson. Yeah, maybe someone like Ralph Ineson, just for the voice.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue against it, but I thought for presence alone, I wouldn't. I say it wasn't a major
Yeah, like,
problem for
yeah,
me.
it's
It's
not a
just
problem. It's
it's
just,
just you
yeah.
nitpicking. So is that it for a non-spoiler? So yeah, I'd definitely go and see it at an IMAX. That's what I would
If you
say to
can.
people.
Yeah.
If you can, I mean, in the UK, this is specifically for them. It's £7 for a ticket.
Yeah, that's strange.
£7. I mean, I took my fiance to Jackass a few weeks ago. It was only £14
I don't know what's going on.
to see
Is it
Jackass.
like the summer Spatland, sorry. Is it like the summer deals, or is it just like £7 now forever?
I have no idea.
I hope it is.
That'd be
No, I
fantastic.
know, yeah.
When you talk about bums on seat business model,
Yeah.
and it was packed house. Yeah, it was very strange, but I think Odyssey is worthy of going to see the IMAX. And I use that word lightly because I don't really like things got to be worthy, but it's
Yeah.
worth your money. It really, really is. You're, you know, must be born Jack. Are we born you? Christopher Nolan rankings, Jack. Well, we get our Nolan rankings up via Letterboxd. You can. I'm Gaz Daker, by the way, on Letterboxd, in case you want to follow.
I can't remember what my name is.
Yours, Jack T.
Jack T.
Yeah,
Is that it, really?
it is. So you, it's
I'll
fine.
edit them in if I can be asked.
So I'll let you go first.
Okay, so he's done 13 films, is that correct? Right. Bottom of the list, Tenet, whatever you pronounce it. Again, I think it's due for a rewatch. A lot of these are, to be honest. I think this one it's just too confusing. It's too confusing.
It's not
It
confusing.
is. It is. It is.
It is.
If you look at, it's like he was trying to outdo himself with Inception, because like that was borderline confusing, but I got it. You know, it's like dream hopping. You know, I got that. I could follow it. Whereas Tenant, it was just like, you know, visually amazing, cinematography and everything's great. You know, but oh fucking hell. But,
I'm glad both of us are done it now. Knocking out Mike. Sorry for the audio.
well, yeah, I think that's, I don't know, it's my least enjoyable one, and it's not really a hot take, as I know a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people
A lot
aren't
of
really
people
high on
aren't
it.
hot on it. Well, yeah. So my 12th one would be The Dark Knight Rises. Again, well, 99% of people would have that bottom of the Batman, known as Batman. Don't like Talia al Ghul's death.
Talia al Ghul.
They're
Yeah.
just, Bane's death is just crap.
Yeah.
It's just crap. Certain aspects I like about it, obviously Christian Bale's great, and what?
Talia al Ghul death. Carry on,
Yeah,
sorry.
Talia al Ghul, man. Literally, it's like I did that in drama in bloody school.
Did it better,
Did
probably.
it better, yeah, but you know, it's just terrible.
Yeah, sorry, I was laughing because I was remembering it.
So number 11, I'd have following his debut. It's a solid debut, but that's about it, really. It's just a solid debut. It's not.
Was
You
it
can see,
groundbreaking?
like the direction that he you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, you can see, like, you know, it's interesting to see where he started from and how he's progressed. You can see elements of him in the future.
Wow. I tell you what,
But
I'm loving your rambles today.
it's just sort of shite. By number 10, I got Dunkirk.
Well, that's quite low.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just a testament to him, how many good films he's got.
I was going to say, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was,
but to be fair, I mean, I really didn't like Dunkirk when I first watched it, to be honest with you. I just thought it was, at first I thought it was like an Oscar bait.
Yeah.
But when I rewatched it, yeah, it's it does hold up, and you know, I think that his his concept of time really works well in that film. I think.
Is it an hour a day
Yeah.
or a week or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good, that was.
yeah, and like I think with that film, I learned that basically wouldn't put actors in the scenario that he wouldn't do himself. Like, you know, Cillian Murphy's character when he's on the thing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nolan like did it first because he basically said like, I won't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't make you something.
I'll
I
make
wouldn't do
it.
myself.
So
Yeah.
he did that, and he was like, yeah, we can do it. So yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah. So number 9, I'd have Insomnia. I think this is really underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your list. I'll get to yours.
Yeah, I really like Insomnia. Al Pacino and Robin Williams in a film with Christopher Nolan. Like, that went over my head for years. I never knew that even existed.
We watched that here, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did when we did our movie day.
Yeah, I think it's solid. I think like the themes and like Robin Williams in a different role. I know he's done like psychotic, villainy roles before, but I think he's really good in this one.
Yeah.
And it's rated quite low, 7.2 or something. I think it's quite underrated. So if you haven't watched it, it's worth a watch. 8. It sounds really harsh now, but 8. I have got the Odyssey at 8.
But then again, like you know, like you said, that's probably a testament. I think that's low personally, but
yeah,
you probably have films a lot higher than one. Everybody else
Yeah,
does.
and again, over in the year's time, maybe like this could all change. But I mean, this is an 8. But I think I got like 5. Wait, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 eights. So
There you go.
you know, they can all chop and change. But yeah, no point in doing a deep dive because we are talking about it now. So number 7, I got in Inception. Again, like I mentioned, the dream sharing, really interesting filmmaking, practically
It's good effects.
practically, practical effects, performances. It's DiCaprio's only done one with Nolan, isn't he? Just this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this. Obviously, everybody knows about it. Loves it, don't they? It's really highly rated.
Definitely a good, really good concept of time. I think no one's really done. And the score for that's phenomenal by Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. So then above that, 6, I think, Prestige. I like.
Well, that one.
Yeah, I like the Prestige. Yeah, like the Illusionist. The ending's
Good
cool.
twist.
I didn't see that twist coming, but yeah, it's quite a stacked cast, isn't it?
Hugh
Start,
Jackman, Christian Bale, Scarlett Johansson.
like, oh,
She might have been Michael Caine in there as well.
David Bowie.
Hey, Bowie.
Yes, where David
Really?
Bowie's in it. Tesla, isn't he? Tesla.
I've only seen the ones.
Tesla. Hold on. Is it Tesla?
I've no idea. I've only seen the Prestige ones.
Well, it's going to cinemas to watch it again.
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's the anniversary, isn't it? Coming up. I don't know.
Yeah, 20th year. Yeah, 20 years. 2006.
So that's the 6.
Yeah. So number 5, I'd have Interstellar. Probably one of the best space films out there.
Project Hail Mary. That's just rage based. That's just rage based.
Yeah. Are you saying that's the best space film ever? Project Hail Mary.
On top of my head, I'll definitely put it in the conversation.
Yeah, it's in the conversation.
A lot of people disagree, but then I think no. This is your list. Sorry, I'm going on taking over. I don't mean to.
Yeah, one of the best space films out there for me. I mean,
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. What?
It's like comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, watch that. That's so random.
Sorry, I'm just shut up.
Okay. Oh, fucking totally sorry, isn't it? One of the best.
One of the best space films.
Yeah, everybody loves it. It's like one of, I think it's the highest voted or put film on Letterboxd for people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of people. It's
So,
very
don't really need to talk about it. Everyone's watched it. It's great. So number 4, I have what?
I just love that. It's great.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 4, Batman Begins. Obviously, start of his Batman trilogy. I was going to say now. Who plays Rachel?
Rachel.
It's not Maggie Gyllenhaal. Is it Katie Holmes? Katie Holmes?
Maybe Katie Holmes.
She was way better.
Yeah, she didn't come back though, did she?
No. Why?
No, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know why she came back.
Tell me why. I know, but I thought she was really good.
Ain't nothing but a paycheck.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah. Start of his trilogy. What was the issue that you mentioned last time? People didn't like the idea of Liam Neeson being Ra's al Ghul, but people did come into it.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, him being the twist of him. Spoilers came out in 2005. Yeah, him being the twist being Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, this like typecasting, but
So-
not being typecasted. But then people would argue that if you hired an Asian like Ken Watanabe being Ra's al Ghul, people probably be upset by that. But I thought it was great. I liked it myself.
So number 3, I'd have Oppenheimer. I love Oppenheimer.
Oh, number 3.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be number 1.
And number 3, man. I love Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you'd be number 1.
You.
You mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God, I love the music, practical effects again. Should just sound like pretty on repeat, but he's just so good at doing it. And the fact that he doesn't even have to do it, really. He's just like, he just loves filmmaking so much, and he's just such a perfectionist.
And they created the atoms and all that. Yeah, there's
molecules.
Is it on the Blu-ray? They show how they do that.
Yeah, bitch, I got it in 4K. What are you talking about?
Sorry. Some people can't afford 4Ks, Jack.
I ain't even opened it, to be honest. But, yeah.
You know,
I just thought I'd just be a dick.
It's nice to look at.
But yeah, that's one that I really want to watch. The special features for.
Yeah.
So number 2, Memento. It's been years since I watched that, but again, like you mentioned, non-linear storytelling. Yeah, and I watched behind the scenes for that one. It's really interesting. He drew like a circle, and then he'd like split it up, and then he was like saying, you're going from this to this and this and this, and it's like putting it on a storyboard, but then to actually do it in a film. Yeah, fair play to him, because I mean, bloody hell, it's amazing.
Sometimes you wonder what goes on in his brain, and when he shows it, it just makes you even 10 times more confused.
Yeah. So obviously number 1, Dark Knight. Watched that so many times when it came out, and yeah, it's still great. God, we watched that so many times. It's like influential.
That used to be. I mean, we saw how many times did we see that at the cinema when it came out?
It was
7 or 8 times.
It must be, yeah. We watched it shitloads.
Yeah, and I say I had the DVD. I actually broke the DVD. Not because
You played it so much.
Yeah, I played it so much. I burnt the DVD.
Yeah.
And then then you bought me the trilogy, and I've watched it since. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a solid list. I think a lot of people probably have Odyssey a lot higher now, which I wouldn't argue against.
Well, to be fair, it's split though, isn't it?
It is, but you
But
know what? Like we said earlier about Nolan being one of the best directors, I think any of those films you mentioned, anyone who's number one, you probably wouldn't have a problem with it.
yeah,
So if we're going for my Christopher Nolan list is number 13 of following. Good, like you said, good directorial debut, but I think he's got better as time goes on. But you could see his way of storytelling
yeah,
very early on. Number 12, I have The Dark Knight Rises, similar to you, a lot of story issues. I think how they handled the Talia Ghul twist and Bane's death, I thought was really quite poor. The third act in general I thought was quite messy, although I did like, the practicality, like we say, use the words practicality. The fight scene, the fight between Bane's ghouls and the police was great. Tom Hardy as Bane in general I thought was phenomenal. I think he was by far one of the best aspects of the film, but very underutilized. And a lot of based off the Nightfall comic, to a lot of inspiration from there, where Bane breaks the bat, obviously. So it was unfortunate, and I took choreography issues as well. You know, the famous video when they're
oh
on the
yeah,
rooftop.
hitting each other.
Yeah, and they're not hitting each other. That was really quite bad. And as also, this might be a harsh critic, even though I've just praised it for the Odyssey. I didn't in particular like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
excellent Odyssey, probably not a great Selena Kyle.
Should have known.
Moving on. So number 11, you're not gonna like this, but Memento. I've only seen it once. I do need to rewatch it. I think I saw that back in 2010,
Yeah,
2011.
rewatch.
Yeah, and it's been nearly 15 years since I last seen it, so it is due for a rewatch. Like you say, I do respect the non-linear storytelling, him and the tattoos, and having to remember like don't trust this person, etc. I thought it was great. Yeah, I do need a rewatch. Number 10, I have The Prestige. Like you say, it is really good. The cast is stacked, but again, I've only seen that once. I do again really need to rewatch it. Yeah, it's probably not one of the memorable Nolan films for me. That's why a lot of people disagree with that. Actually, I know quite a few people I watch on social media that have Prestige like in the top 5.
Yeah.
It surprises me personally. Yeah, I think the performances are all great. Christian Bale's really good in that, from what I remember. But yeah, that does need a rewatch. Number 9, I have Insomnia, same as you. I think it's quite a lot of people's bottom of Nolan, but I think they would have it bottom of the list of
Yeah.
like Nolan films. But like you said, pretty much Robin Williams is the villain. I love the aspect of the town that doesn't have nightfall or anything like that. And Al Pacino is really good in that. The log sequence is really good. I really like the mystery, and I think it was really well shot as well. So at number 8, I had Tenant. I'm a lot higher on that as everybody else. I thought I liked the reversed aspects of the film. The opera house opening is fantastic. The third act in general is brilliant. Kenneth Branagh as a villain was really good, and yeah, the backwards car chase sequence was excellent as well, and the Boeing 737 sequence. I hope you don't see that on audio. Someone's car's starting to backfire. It just sounds like someone's.
You don't. You know.
Honestly, I mean, if you own a car that backfires like that, do yourself a favour, crash it. Hopefully, you're not in it. Anyway, number 8, I have Tenant. I'm quite high on Tenant, a lot more than other people. Number 7, I have Batman Begins. It's a great introduction for Batman, especially in Nolan's trilogy. Very similar to the Year One comic, but took a lot of inspiration from that. Sorry, really like the opening with him learning to be Batman, and again, non-linear storytelling. Batman Begins is great. Killing Murphy as Scarecrow as well. The whole sequence of him releasing the toxic gas, his fear toxin. Sorry, is brilliant. Yeah, Batman Begins is great. Number 6, I have Inception. Again, a lot of people have that a lot higher. I really enjoy it. Hans Zimmer score is probably my favorite aspect of the film. Again, how there's some shots I was looking at thinking, how did the guy do that? I love the fight sequence in the hall when they actually build an actual set that turns and the actors have to learn to get the motion and the choreography for that. I thought was phenomenal. And everyone's really good in it. Like you said, DiCaprio's great, despite him only being that one performance in another movie. So my top 5, I have Interstellar in number 5. That's probably quite low for some people. It's fantastic. It makes me cry. Cornfield sequence is brilliant. The fact they actually grew a crop for him, that was mad. Actually blowing dust as well for the storms as well. A lot of people have got a lot of bad eyes on set because of it. And the fact that it wasn't practical, and he built a robotic thing that the actors could sit in, and they had a screen, but it was obviously of space, and they just moved it around so it looks like they're immersion in space. And also the planet sequence where every hour is like 7 years.
Yeah, every tick is like
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a great film. Again, I've seen that film. I saw that film 3 times at the cinema, but I haven't seen it. No, I've seen it once when I bought the Blu-ray. But it is phenomenal. And number 4, I have Dunkirk, because I'm a World War II guy. Now, when I heard, like we mentioned earlier, about anything Christopher Nolan, when I heard Christopher Nolan World War II movie, I was like, sign me up. And then I heard Dunkirk, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
And it didn't let me down. I think I went to see that in 4DX before 4DX felt like a roller coaster. So but it was a really good cinema experience. Like I say, I like again Nolan non-linear storytelling, performances are gay, all performances are gay. Great. It's what happens when my mouth keeps going and my mind keeps going somewhere. You can't keep up sometimes. Yeah, great. Sorry. The practical effects as well, actually putting explosions quite close to not really close to the actors, but far enough to them feeling immersed. There's a lot of great things about Dunkirk. Again, I rewatched the Blu-ray once and seen it twice in cinemas, and I could do rewatching that again. But similar to you, I think I love the aspect of the flight. Tom Hardy's character in the plane is an hour, the boat is a day, and then the soldiers on the beach is a week. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. I think Dunkirk's brilliant. Number 3 is the Odyssey. We're going to talk more about that soon. So, like we said earlier, it's phenomenal. What?
Shoot.
And I'm talking very quickly. So yeah, we're going to talk about that very soon. But number 3 is the Odyssey. Number 2 is Oppenheimer. Phenomenal movie. The ending, the final scene, it still haunts me to this day. Very effective, very powerful. Again, like the effects of what we just mentioned, him making the monocle. This man, my words today, English today is awful. The molecules, the atomic bomb sequence as well was phenomenal, and Cillian Murphy definitely deserved his Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and 3 hours, like you said, 3 hours of a biopic about the man who created the atomic bomb, and it was absolutely spectacular. And number 1 is The Dark Knight. What else says? Heath Ledger, he's a goat. One of the best comic book movies ever made. Opened the door for realistic superhero movies. I know we got the Watchmen shortly after that, sort of like a grounded superhero film, and inspired a lot after. You could argue Man of Steel tried to make a realistic version of Superman. It inspired from The Dark Knight. And Heath Ledger to this day probably still arguably has one of the best comic villain performances ever put to screen. So Dark Knight is number 1.
So spoilers for the Odyssey. I'll put a little graphic copy if I can be asked. If I can edit it, because it's hard.
This episode's going to be very difficult for you to edit because, man alive, I think we're just such a really dumb shit. So you can only apologise. This is what we are. You like it? If you like it, please subscribe.
Yeah. So full spoilers ahead.
If you haven't seen the Odyssey, pause it. Pause this. Go and see the Odyssey. Don't pause the Odyssey.
I think you can pause the Odyssey.
Go and see the Odyssey. Come back. Come for the spoiler talk. Where do you want to start?
Cyclops.
Yeah. Go on, talk Cyclops.
So yeah, we mentioned the look, and the point that I was making. I didn't realise how sassy he was because the first time round, I just thought he was leaving his hand out because he was like fucking out my eye because they did.
I would love a Black Country version of the eye cock.
Yeah, because obviously they did prod him with the tree thing.
Fire stick.
Not the Amazon stick. Yeah, a literal fire stick on fire. So his eyes like worse than there, and he's just monging, isn't he? He's got his hand out, and I don't know. Like obviously he was feeling. I thought he was feeling for them.
I thought he was.
Yeah,
I thought it was a tactic. He left his hand there.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, but I didn't know whether he was doing that or not because I thought when he felt like the texture of like the sheep, and then he could tell like he was
between the metal plates of the armor, and then
I thought maybe he was thinking, "Oh, I'll fucking launch these if I come across or something like that." But now my point eventually was that when they all clear and they go out, and he just spits out or throws that helmet.
Yeah.
And then like Matt Damon was like, "Oh no, you don't, mate. Fuck you."
That was my one complaint originally in the first watch. I thought, why did he feel the need to throw a freaking arrow?
That was in Homer's thing, I think.
To piss off the gods even more because that's part of the scene.
I'm sure he was like in there.
Because when he spits out the helmet and then he just gets the arrow, it's a bit like, all right, then bitch. And
Yeah.
then it's freaking,
Like, "Oh!"
yeah. And then it has a really good chase sequence back to the boat. But then it's almost like when he pulls the two guys when they get onto the ship, and then he pulls the two guys who didn't make it to the ship down, and you didn't see him again. When he came back up, it's almost like he gave it up going, two more, bitch. You know, it was like this little back and forth between them. But then maybe that was like a metaphor for him defying the gods type thing. But the whole sequence as well made me realise that Nolan really needs to make a horror movie.
Yeah, and this was my point last time. I think I wanted to see more of it, which is, excuse me, only a testament to. Sorry,
Wow, you didn't even hide that.
I'm really sorry. It's only a testament to Nolan.
Yeah.
And that I wanted to see more of that because it was amazing. And obviously, this is where the IMAX comes into it because the sound design as well. Like when they do, when they hurt him and he screams.
Scream is,
Yeah,
oh my god,
yeah,
it made my skin crawl
yeah. It's
because
literally like
it's
there's a
very
monster in there.
distorted. Yeah,
Yeah,
with a bit of human to
yeah,
it as well. And
yes,
I did hear him say there was the first time when we saw it, and then there was a scene where the chap says he can talk,
yeah,
and then we can
yeah. I
apparently
didn't
you can
hear.
hear him say Poseidon, and then they mentioned it
Yeah,
earlier that he said that was the son of Poseidon because he's called it out for his name. That first time watching it, I never heard
nah,
it. On the second viewing, I heard him say Poseidon. I was like, shit, wow.
yeah,
I'd never picked that up on the first watch. So yeah, I think that really set the tone for the rest of the film, and
yeah,
it was a fabulous sequence. But it just reiterates, sorry, just to reiterate my point that with another sequence we'll talk about in a minute for spoilers, it definitely reaffirms for me that eventually horror should be
yeah,
a genre that Nolan needs to delve into, and he could take his time writing the perfect one. Because in an interview he did, because he loved Obsession as well, and he praised the originality for it and sort of like the whole indie sort of budget it had. And he said it inspired him to maybe look at doing something like that in the future. You know, he says, but it has to be right. He says, I can't just do a horror for the
yeah,
sake of doing horror. I need to get the script right and the story right. And I thought, fair play, you take your sweet ass time, sweetheart. Like you can do whatever you can make whatever the hell you want. You do a horror movie about a freaking pigeon making his way back home. I'll go and watch it. Like you know what I mean? Like he's at that point. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I mean, for one, Samantha Morton was phenomenal. I think for the small screen time that she had, I think her performance was solid. It was very unnerving, very creepy. Her turning the maiden into pigs, but the practical effects from it. I mean, there's on a second viewing as well.
noise, the sound
The
effects,
noises, yeah, like
breaking
the
bones,
skull
and
breaking bones, the skull this breaking and morphing into something else.
yeah. Good man. Then the guy's throat, didn't it?
Yeah,
One of
sorry,
them.
yeah, shoves her hand down the guy's throat. There was just a lot there that I thought, man, as it like just for a small sequence as well, like the close-ups and like the sound effects, and it gave you this very uneasy feeling while you're watching it, and then all of a sudden it's like you know they're the pigs, and then like when Odysseus comes up and you're like your crew's right there, and I don't know, it gives you that all of a sudden a sense of tension. You know, you could argue you wanted a bit more of it because you know I think on a second viewing I could make that argument for that sequence, saying I wanted a little bit more from it, like give a bit of backstory, what else she's done or what else she's morphed to, whatever. Yeah, I just thought there was just such an uneasy scene to watch,
Hmm.
and the fact that they were all like looking worried as they kept on eating as well. It was
Yeah,
just it
yeah,
just like amped up
yeah.
the tension, and
But do
yeah,
you think that obviously it was witchcraft?
yeah,
So they couldn't stop eating, could they?
no, they couldn't.
Yeah,
There was something in that stew, definitely.
yeah,
It's a bit like that moment in Hateful Eight when he put you off coffee. I
yeah.
think that put me off stew for a little bit.
But what I was saying to you, obviously, I think she was alluding to men in general because I
Yeah.
was saying like it was quite nice. To be fair, they went in
Yeah.
and wherever. But obviously, you mentioned like the whole story, of the sacking of Troy and everything. That she just meant men in general. That their true form is the
Their
pigs. In this
greed and their egos, and
one.
this is what they truly are. And I think it was really good, a good metaphor, non like say visual storytelling. And these are who they really. And then afterwards, when he pleads and then turns her back into their normal form, she said, "Oh, go back to your disguise," which I thought was
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah,
good. I thought, wow,
yeah.
that's
You disguise as a
yeah,
human,
you
but you
disguised.
be a pig.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I thought it was really good and well done. But yeah, if that scene definitely for me was one of the highlights because I think it just made me very uneasy.
oh
Even
yeah, oh,
rewatching
yeah.
it for a second time, I thought, wow, that
Some of
was
the visuals are horrifying, aren't they?
yeah, like the fact when she like lifts the one guy's up and it's sort of like just half his
Yeah,
head just goes
and the
backwards. Oh,
snout. Yeah, it's horrible.
yeah, that was grim. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Now you may go to your Hades points. I loved the farm sequence.
The underworld part was great, wasn't it? And I know behind the scenes, apparently they had actors under the dirt with snorkels.
Mhm.
So obviously, again, another practical visual effect
Yeah.
that you didn't have to do. But yeah, this one I preferred the second time round because I think I struggled the first time to hear Elliot Page what
Yeah.
he was saying. Yeah, that might have affected my score, to be honest, because I didn't even realise Elliot Page and Rob Patterson's characters were brothers.
Did you know? Yeah, because yeah, you mentioned that when we came out, and I was really surprised because I thought it was quite clear. Like, not saying you like weren't paying attention, but like, it was quite clear to me that they were brothers, and like the whole reason why he wanted to get back home was to give him his shame.
Yeah, yeah. No, I really liked that aspect and the whole like the whole sequence of it. And Agamemnon, I love fuck
I
man.
give him
Agamemnon, it's like his message to Odysseus. It's like don't expect a warm welcome when you
no,
get back.
take your time,
Yeah,
assess. I
assess.
thought, wow, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
he was good as Agamemnon, but it's just his voice. But like his delivery and everything, everything else, man, it was fine. But yeah, I wouldn't want to go on the beach saving Matt Damon now.
No,
You know,
definitely not.
sometimes he gets onto a beach and ends up legging it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that scene was really, really well done.
really set up a lot for the third act. I felt.
Yeah,
for sinning, wanting to let his brother know his shame, and then his dad died in poverty, starving, and while his son, got the game, got himself up higher, looking after the family, keeping his part of the bargain of going up the ladder and leaving no one behind and not associating himself. And there's a lot of, because when we spoke about Rob Pattinson's character, he's sort of literally the polar opposite to what Odysseus is. Where he is very family orientated. He's proud. He loves people. He thinks, whereas Pattinson's character thinks he's above everybody. He's very selfish,
it's some sort of
and he's very deceitful as well. He's got his own ambition. Yeah, I think the parallels between them characters was something I really picked up on the second watch.
yeah. I didn't think it bothered me as much second time round as it did the first time. Yeah, I understood his character more. Obviously, like I said, I didn't even know there was freaking brothers. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I still think like the end. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But the next underworld part, the sirens, people are saying it's hit or miss for this one. It's not the biggest set piece in the film,
No.
but I think it's cleverly done. I like when he puts the wax in his ears.
Yeah.
I like that. Like when he does it, you can't hear it.
Yeah, you hear it from his POV,
Yeah.
and then just watching Odysseus literally cry. I think I loved his monologue. He was like, "It's everything that you were, and then everything you wanted to be, and then you realise that what you really wanted is who you actually are." Something along those lines. It was quite powerful.
Hmm.
And as the end, it was like something maybe asking me if do I really want to go home.
Yeah, it's like itching. It's like the itch that you always wanted. Or itch.
The itch you wanted. It was all the. I have to try and find the
Yeah.
quote because I thought again I loved it.
But yeah, that scene was really good. And then the next part, literally after that, is the can we pronounce this right? The Scylla, the
It was SCYLL.
Yeah, the LLA, yeah. And obviously this is going to be obviously CGI. It's got it obviously.
I think, and yeah, there's also oh, sorry, I've just got it. So there's the songs of the siren. Eurylochus is the guy who asked
Yeah.
the Indian chap. What was the song of the sirens like? Odysseus reply, all things you wanted to be, and then all the things you wish you never wished for. It was a delicious itch you wanted to scratch, but you find it under the skin and can't reach it. So the delicious itch becomes unbearable. It told you what you most want is what you most can't have, and that the most you can't have is what you already had and lost. It's a song of all the promises I failed to keep, and it told me I don't really want to go home. That shit's deep.
Yeah. Could have just been like you as well, yeah.
I love that bit though. It says the most you most can't have, and the most you can't have is what you already had and lost. So like, yeah, it could be like for him, could be in home. And what he can't have, he can't go home. And what he can't have, because of him being stuck out there.
No, that's good. Good monologue.
It was great. It's 1 or 2.
9.
1, 9. Yeah. No, 1 or 2. Yeah.
No, so wherever you pronounced it,
CG.
CG, obviously.
And one of my favorite. You love the cycle sequence. My favorite bit was the giants.
The Jones.
Yeah, I loved the giants. I did, but then on second viewing, I did think that was a lot of CG on the face and a couple of close-ups.
Weren't they?
Yeah, but that sequence is awesome. It was literally, I think I described it to you. I said it felt like you were playing that level of Dark Souls when you're like a level 20 and you're going to face a boss that's like level 90.
Yeah,
and you just completely, absolutely, even as he's just realised straight away, he goes, "Now we need to get off here because
Yeah.
we're fucked." So then Peggy, but I loved I think the set moved. I'm convinced on the second watch. So the set moved with all the trees because the trees sort of like caged those guys in, and they all like got stabbed to death. And then when Odysseus was running and he was taking on that the one giant, you can actually see like the trees more moving around and like also like morphing around him as well. So that's one thing I just picked up on the second viewing. But that was a really good sequence as well.
Yeah, it's a good sequence. I think I need to know more about the history. Like, what are those called in ancient Greek? Like,
Well, giants.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, because
I want to read the book.
yeah, you have to let me know because I don't know whether it's in like the ancient whatever. But I thought the kid thing, the kid giant, was a bit naff. It was a bit, it wasn't naff, but I thought that part I didn't like. I like what come afterward. I think when they just say to him like he just screams. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was just him
whether-
trying to be friendly. It was like he was saying, "I was just a child," and then like his second
Yeah,
in
no,
command
why-
said
yeah.
something to him in screen, which instigated the.
You know why they did it? It's just it's a bit like
When I read the book, I'll let you know.
yeah, well, but that might be like their law. You know,
yeah, maybe.
like I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to just get into that.
We're
But,
just talking this based off the film. If you've read the book, let us know because
yeah,
we're not 100% sure. We're only judging this from the film itself. The fleet, the whole crew, yeah. And again, I was going back to the Hades bit. I loved that. It literally just laid everything out for me. And
Yeah.
and sort of like him now trying to defy the gods, and it's like you can't change fate.
Yeah.
But you can try.
This time round, I was on board more with the Odysseus because I think the first time I watched it, I said tears. I was like, I didn't really buy him and the crew, because I thought I felt bad for him. Like every decision that he made, there was just like, nah, mate, fuck you. Like, what are you doing? Like, we want to leave you on this island. If I was him, I'd be like, all right, piss off then.
Like the sun god when they go on the island for and the cattle says, "Don't eat the cattle,
Yeah,
you will die."
yeah, damn it,
And they
literally.
go and do it. Yeah,
Couldn't be more specific. If you eat these, you're fucking dead.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have just been like, all right, I'm seeing the
But he felt guilty of losing. Still, it's
Yeah.
just good leader. And there's just leadership quality.
Yeah. Performances then. So obviously Anne Hathaway's our favourite one.
Yeah, by
She was
far.
great. Tom Holland was excellent. I think he was
Yeah.
really good, especially that bit when beating Odysseus down and what's he saying now? He's like he shouts, he's like enough, and then
Yeah,
the feast is done.
the feast is done. Yeah, yeah.
Done. Yeah. Who else was good? I've seen Robert Pattinson's gone up in my estimate a little bit. Like he played the character well. I still
Yeah.
think that part's done.
So
And
you
a
put
bit
it down to the writing, not necessarily
Yeah,
Robert
it was
himself.
prepared, and but again, like you made the point, I know it was like him being deceitful and like cowardly. He's basically getting everyone else to do his shit for him, which they do stupidly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene where he's like shields, spears, and swords.
So before that bit, it becomes one of my favorite moments of the film.
And yeah, it's gonna get to that part.
Was it was hinted throughout the whole film, and then when because the last 45 minutes of that film I think is so special, and I think seeing it for a second time just reaffirmed that position. I double down on it. I do think the last 45 minutes are just one of the best final acts, third acts to any film. I'll put that argument out there. Feel free to challenge. Well, I'll definitely put it out there when they come into the hall and she agrees to remarry if they complete the challenge by doing Odysseus's bow and then firing it through 12 axes and hitting the target. And then when Odysseus has a go and he's obviously looking like this beggar, and then he like does the bow and then he does the twang.
Yeah.
Oh my god! The second time, I think I made a giggle in the cinema. I don't know if you heard me, but it is so freaking badass. How to make your entrance, and I just love the fact that everyone just turned around and was like, "Oh shit!"
Or new, yeah. She locked herself in.
Yeah, they locked
everyone's
her.
clapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that whole final. I mean, the music as well, the constant beat. It sounded like time as well. It sounded like a clock. Like it was like dun,
It's almost like
and
he's
then
reaching his end because he's come back home.
yeah. And then it's just the continuation. It just never stopped. It just kept building and building and building.
No, I like as well. Odysseus, he just loves to cut people off.
He does, yeah.
He does it with the guy, the priest.
Yeah, he does.
The Heath of Walking Dead. He's just mid conversation. He's like,
you're this. Yeah, and then it hits me with the bow. Yeah, but I was saying the nitpick of that was I think one thing when it comes to Nolan and his films, like, he just needs to stop with the shaky cam with his action sequences, because there was a couple of, especially in that like quite compact type room anyway, him fighting all the suitors, and when he's like, I think he was pushing someone with a shield or a spear or something, and the camera like follows him, but it was just like too shaky for my liking. That's probably my only slightest nitpick, but
he turned into Jason Bourne that last fight scene.
But they built it up though, didn't they? Saying, what would he do if he came out to his room? He said he'd slaughter every single one of them.
Yeah,
and he did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Full Jason Bourne, man.
Yeah.
On the ashes.
But that whole, I mean, even just before that, the scene beforehand, where you mentioned after Tom Holland's like, "That's enough, the feast is done," and then he has that conversation with Penelope, and he has that second monologue, who's like saying, "We broke the one law." Of Zeus's law by just letting someone in and sharing what they have and having that peace and harmony, and he broke that by tricking them with peace with the Trojan horse, and the whole sequence afterwards, and him realizing the consequences of his action, the consequences of leadership, and knowing that was everyone's supposed to be kind and peaceful, and he used that as a weapon against them, and he sort of realized that he isn't the man he thought he was, or the hero, the legend that he's paying out to be. I thought it was very powerful. And then you have Zendaya opposite, and that was a very powerful scene and moment, because you could sort of reflect on that in the world we live now, I think Nolan always manages to do that in his films. There's always this message that you can take away from that. And I think the sacking of Troy was just a realization of that sacking started with a monument to a peaceful gesture. And they hid then they hid the attack within, and it was I thought, very powerful.
That scene was really good as well when they're hiding the whole.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned it when I like the small details when they jump out and their legs are like jelly. And I didn't notice this first time, but second time around when the guy's poking holes to make sure no one's in there, and it nicks that guy's arm. then when the guy pulls the sword up,
It was Odysseus. Yeah, he stopped.
Odysseus did
Yeah,
that.
he stopped. Yeah, he slid the blood off. Held his hand there and slid the blood off it. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, little details, but yeah, that sequence beforehand and him reflecting, saying how it was tragic. You know, the stories say it's a glorious thing, and he's sad about it, and that's sort of like that. I think that was his character coming full circle, and that's always really really strong. One of the highlights of the film, and then you get the epic sequence of the bowstring, and then him being the killing everybody in that room.
In in
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
Yeah, the original siege, and him just standing there for like 10 years of rage entering. I thought, yeah, that monologue as well. Sorry to add on to that monologue saying 10 years of rage,
Yeah,
ran into that city and was
killing
felt.
everybody.
You could see it. Yeah, it was really, really strong. But yeah, Agamemnon standing there and everyone running through the darkness and him
Yeah.
just
So
literally
he
just
was a bit like at Simpsons. I think I've mentioned before the Japanese guy in the Simpsons, where Homer's like, "Oh, I'm watching. They wanted to do something,"
yeah,
and the guys just stand there, and then they go in, and then they can hear him. It's sort of like
yeah,
that. I wanted to see him do something because he had like the physicality and everything,
yeah, yeah.
but he actually seems to swing a sword there.
No, you don't. But
Yeah,
just shows that command presence is
yeah.
all. There's all you need.
Yeah, I thought Matt Damon was good, like, well, very good. Obviously, Anne Hathaway's the best one. Zendaya, I thought was just Zendaya, to be honest. To
Yeah,
be honest with you,
she was good, especially in the moments at the end where she gets beheaded and she's begging for mercy, and Athena saw the reflection of her. I'm not saying, look, was she the best performance of the film? No, I think there's
that's
two or
not the
three
worst.
others I could argue for, but I think everyone did their part. Like you mentioned, Eddie Page, he was really good in it as well.
He was good.
Betty Nyong'o was great
Yeah, she
playing
was
the
good for it.
sisters.
John Bertham's John Bertham. I like John Bertham.
I love John
He's
Bernthal.
literally just playing himself,
I'd
to be
love just
honest.
to meet him. I just want to tell him
He
he's
is,
awesome.
he's a cool bloke, man. Yeah.
Again, if he's ever at a Comic Con, I would actually pay to meet him. I just say to him, "It's my only chance to tell you, you're fucking awesome."
Yeah.
And you know what? If he gave me a hug, I'd fucking die happy.
Charlie Theron's alright. She's got very limited screen time. I think
She
she'll be
is,
fine.
when she played the what god did she play in Eclipse? Yeah. For what she was in, again, I didn't think any actor gave a bad performance. I think it was their chance to be in a Christopher Nolan movie, whether it be for 3 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Oppenheimer, bloody hell.
Yeah,
That was
it was a stacked
isn't that
and
Josh Peck in there? You know.
good
Oh,
old
yeah,
Joe.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. But you know, if you know you're going to be in a film like that, you're going to bring it. Well, Ryan Hurst. I love Ryan Hurst. Anyone watch Sons of Anarchy? He played Beta in The Walking Dead. Was Kratos, but as of recording, they've now fired because he tore his bicep. Feel sorry for him. But you know, if people have got limited screen time, but man, they utilize the moment they are in it.
I mean, obviously we don't know Travis Scott, but I wonder if
never
people do, would they see that as an Ed Sheeran in Game of Thrones moment,
Could
where
be.
they totally take it out? Because I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, could have
But
done.
he's
Yeah,
literally
I
seen-
never know who Travis Scott was, so it wasn't a distraction for me.
No,
The only thing I realised on second viewing is gold teeth. It's gold tooth.
well, yeah.
I never know. I noticed that second time, but it didn't distract me.
No,
We've got John Leguizamo.
yes, yeah.
He was brilliant in it.
It is very good, yeah.
Brilliant.
I'd stay with the dog. The dog
Yeah.
literally held.
Mate, you know what? That second watch, that quite got me emotional. There's a few scenes that got me emotional. Sorry, before you mentioned it. The dog holding out to see his master again gave me quite a lump in my throat the second time. I don't know why. His monologue of the sacking of Troy, I thought that really brought. Not really cry. I don't say I'll cry, but I got a lump in my throat. I felt the emotion that it wanted from me, and it got. I think sometimes the score as well. Just I felt a bit overwhelmed by the score at times, especially that third act as well. I don't know. It was a strange one.
So, anything else to mention? I think we covered a lot. Covered a hell of a lot of things.
No, I think that's it for spoilers. Can I think of anything else or not? No, I think I'm good. So anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, to be fair, I think I got everything off my chest, everything I want to talk about. Yeah, but I don't think that Safdie should be winning best thingy.
Support actor.
Yeah, he should be winning best supporting actor. There's a few people in there.
And Hathaway should.
And Hathaway should, yeah.
Supporting
If there's anybody out there should, in that film, but acting role wise, it should be Anne Hathaway.
I want an yes.
Yeah,
that speech,
Yeah.
man, class.
yeah. No, she was by far the best. Matt Damon, like I say, Matt Damon was good in the role. Everyone was good, really.
It's just a fucking great film.
Yeah, it was
Go
good,
and watch it.
especially for the Max.
You, Alright. you, go see the Odyssey right fucking now. Sorry,
So-
Les Grossman. Sorry, Tropic Thunder.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Moving on. I don't know what's in this monster.
Oh, yeah. So you ready for your Nolan quiz? I'll show you what your rewards are. If I want to give the picture.
So if Joe, we're doing a quiz now, so if this is something that you like, let us know. We'll happily do more. Not every month, because Jesus Christ, it costs money, you know. And they want to sponsor us, which we're at 28 subscribers. Let's get that number up, please. We'd like to try and get 50 by the end of the year. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Something to build on.
So obviously, Gaz is a big fan of the IMAX and Odyssey. So if you get, I'm taking 5 out of 8.
Okay.
Yeah, you will receive. I don't know what's going to show that. I'll show the camera. The Odyssey T-shirt,
Oh, that is
official IMAX. I can feel you doing something to me, Van.
No, I'm just zooming in. I was looking at it.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, official.
Will you put a picture on the screen for
I
people?
shall indeed. Yes. So that's the official IMAX shirt for the Odyssey. This comes from America as well. So,
yes. They got fat boy sizing. No offense to any Americans if you watch.
No, well, their sizes are.
Sizes are big.
Yeah. Haven't been there myself. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So 5 out of 8. Are you ready?
Nope.
Cue the dramatic music.
Oh.
Okay. So.
Is that for post Edison Jack?
Yes. Yes, do Jack. I'll just say it once, then I'll repeat it. If you once more, okay. But if I think you're stalling, I'm going to repeat it.
Oh.
Okay. So, how many times has Michael Caine collaborated with Christopher Nolan? Is it 4, 6, or 8?
Well, he knows the Dark Knight trilogy. I know he's in Interstellar, but I believe he's in. Is he in Tenet? I think he's in Tenet, and he's in the Prestige. That's 6. Well, hang on, he's in more than that. Did he have a? No, he's in Inception. The Inception. So I just realised, Jack, there's a cast name there. Can he's level up?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, as well. I knew he was Inception. I didn't see that. But just clarifying that he is on the top of the Blu-ray there, but I said that before I looked. So
yeah, that's VAR. That.
So 7. Do you know what? I'm just going to round it up, but I'm going to say 8. So there's probably another one that I'm missing.
You son of a bitch! Yeah, you got it right.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was it?
Yeah. So it was in Batman 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Prestige, Inception, Interstellar, Tenet, and Dunkirk. Had a voice involved. But if you was to say 7, I gave you a 7.
It wasn't the options. You gave me 4, 6, or 8.
Yeah, that's why I said if you said 7, I'd have given it you because.
So if I said 6 or 6 or.
Yeah, no, if you was 6 or 8, if you'd have said 7, I'd have let you off.
Okay.
Because Dunkirk, he wasn't actually in it, it was just his voice.
Oh, okay.
But
See,
no one's nice.
Sorry. That's all right. I thought I could see him playing a captain in Dunkirk.
I remember to be
But is he just a voice? Oh, so he's just a voice over the radio?
Yes. Voice only. Yes,
okay, sorry, I was just clarifying.
Voice only.
All right.
I got one point.
I got one more. Okay.
Yeah, take the point for it.
Yeah.
Right. So,
sorry.
Question 2. He's the first British director to have a film make $1 billion at the box office with what film?
Well, I know it's not Oppenheimer because that we mentioned that was only made 967 million, so it's close to $1 billion. Tenet wouldn't have made $1 billion because that was during COVID, the dreaded C word. So I know that was out in limited theatres. I don't say Dunkirk or Inception. No, it's Inception. Interstellar. Obviously, Insomnia probably wouldn't have made $1 billion. His first one wouldn't have made $1 billion. Tenet. Memento. No, couldn't see that making $1 billion. It's not them. It's one of the Batman movies. But I think naturally, Dark Knight. It's going to be the Dark Knight.
Locked in?
Yeah.
Correct. It is the Dark Knight.
Did I make bang on $1 billion or 1 point something? Sorry, I'm just.
This good film make $1 billion. Must have made a run over.
Sorry, I'd make you a question you won't know the answer to.
Oh, fuck you. So, question 3. What is the name of his first feature film?
Following.
The Following.
The Following. No, it's not Following.
Oh.
Sorry, it's not. The Following is a TV show with Kevin Bacon. It's just Following. Sorry, Locked In. Yeah, sorry.
Like The Following. Yeah, that'd been harsh.
No, because The Following is a Kevin Bacon show.
Right, so all correct so far. 5 more questions.
Yeah.
So which of these actors/actresses has Nolan not collaborated with? Hilary Swank, Elizabeth Debicki, or Eva Green?
Elizabeth Debicki was in Tenet. She's the love interest, isn't she?
Kenny
Brandon's.
I can't help it. What's the point asking me?
Hilary Swank. That sounds like someone could have been in the earlier Nolan films. I don't think it's Eva Green. I'm not looking in. I'm just talking through. Hilary. Sorry, is this Swink or Swank? Swank. Oh, immaturity. Go on. It's Hilary Swank sounds familiar.
This year.
Oh.
Maturity, Hilary Swank. Because wank.
Yes, Jack. I was hoping that was implied there. Thank you for clarifying. So it's what, but I think it was the middle one. She was in Tenet. I'm confident.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah, I'm sure she was the girl Kenneth Braga's missus in that. I'm gonna lock in. Eva Green because I don't think she was in them. I'm locking in Eva Green.
Correct.
Is it? Yes. So is Elizabeth Debicki in Tenet?
Yeah, and Hilary Swank was in Insomnia.
Yeah.
Right, so to get this one right, you get your quiz. You get your reward. So, In Interstellar, what is the name of the protagonist played by Matthew McConaughey? Is it Cooper, Brad, or Doyle?
It's not Doyle. You repeat the answers.
Is it Cooper, Brad, or Doyle?
I'm going to lock in Cooper. It's Cooper.
Correct.
Hey.
Oh, well done. You have got the IMAX shirt.
Woohoo!
Subject to availability, terms and conditions apply. So that's if they're down so late by the time I get around to it. But yeah, if not, I'll get you an equivalent of it. But yeah, you've won your fucking hell, your shirt.
So you're okay?
Well, out of the place.
We're all over the place. This is going to be awful.
Yeah.
Go on.
If you made it this far, I appreciate it. So, which film by Christopher Nolan focuses on the rivalry between two illusionists? Memento, Insomniac, or The Prestige?
The Prestige. Lock in.
Yeah, correct. So, what is the main concept? What is the main concept central to the plot of Tenet? Time travel, inversion, or dream sharing?
Inversion.
Correct. I'm pretty. I can get 8 out of 8 here.
Come on.
Which Oscar did Oppenheimer win for Christopher Nolan himself? Best director, best picture, best screenplay?
Best director.
He's done it.
3
8 out of 8.
8 out of
You don't
8.
get it 8 out of 8, but
I don't know.
no, you get the
Handshake.
Yeah.
Got on camera handshake. There you go.
Hey, boss. Yeah. Well done. So, yeah, that'll be coming to you at some point in the near future.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And well done to you, love, if you made it this far.
Yeah. Yes, done. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Honestly, we have been all over the place. You know, so I think a part of it's tiredness because I came back from Paris yesterday and then being up early this morning to get to the Odyssey for 7:30. So I think a lot of it might have to do with a bit of tiredness, but
Some monsters.
and yeah, and something in these monsters. I don't know. I mean, this was my third one today. But
Bloody hell.
so, yeah, because you responded to this once.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think what we said is pretty much the main point to take away from this is Nolan is one of the GOAT directors.
Yep.
Odyssey is probably one of the best films that has come out so far this year.
Yep.
Subject to opinion. Whether or not it will be in my number one film this year, stay tuned. At the end of the year, we'll do our top 10s.
Yeah. If I have something.
There's plenty more to come for the rest of the year. There are some films we're really looking forward to. For example, Digger, the new Tom Cruise film, that looks great, and Doom Part 3. I'm very, very excited for that. And I think Doomsday, which will not stay for this episode, we are going to do, after we saw the Odyssey today, we did go and see the new Spider-Man. So the episode will probably follow this one, will be that, and we'll probably talk more about that on that episode. So I think there's nothing else to say. So Christopher Nolan's The Go. Odyssey is a fantastic film. Go and see it at IMAX. Support your cinemas. And thank you so much for getting through this. If you stuck this far, if you did, please consider giving a like and a subscribe. Yes. Follow our social media. I think we really stick to the TikTok at the minute.
We will sort of branch out eventually.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page, but honestly, the last time I posted something on Facebook, it copyright striked me and everything. So it did. I gave up. So TikTok is the Projection Room. Like I said, we are changing our name from the Projection Room podcast to just the Projection Room. And nothing else to add?
No. Thanks for watching. Take care. Look at you.
You getting the giggles already, man?
Welcome back, Chris. Right, Chris. What is that? What is that? No, Mr. Nolan. Says a good school.
Sorry, you record. I don't say you want me to record you.
Oh.
I was just stopping the video again. It's the wrong one, isn't it? Yes, well, you see there I'm on a Cyclops and a ship.
Did you budget that?
It's my budget.
Sorry. So, Chris. So, Chris, congratulations on... Oh, great. What sort of budget are you talking? Sorry. So, Chris, congratulations. Shit! I'm sorry. I thought you
Just nodding to you.
Sorry.